A very pleasant morning to all. Welcome to our YouTube channel Academia Ambala. Dear students, today I, Mamta Mohan Chaudhary, welcome you all. And we are going to do lesson number 9 of your Beehive book, The Bond of Love. Something about the author. The Bond of Love by Kenneth Anderson. Kenneth Anderson hailed from a Scottish family settled in India for sixth generation. His father, Douglas Stuart Anderson, was superintendent of the FMCA in Pune, Maharashtra. His father also had a rifle and often hunted for waterfowl. Now, in this slide, you can see what is most important of any relation. Is it wealth or love? Obviously, it is love. Now, the main characters of the story. Bruno, who has been given name Baba also, the sloth bear. The author and his wife, the vet, the curator, and author's friends. Now, some of the word meanings which are really going to help you. Escaped means got away. Panting, breathing noisily. Ventilely, for no good reason. Promptly, that very moment. Beast, animal. Prostrate, lying on the ground facing downwards. Scotted, ran away. To grab, to catch. Scurf, back part of the neck. Hooked, curved. Now something about the sloth bear, how it looks. As all you can see in the picture, it has shaggy hair, muzzles, claws, and their main food is termites. Before I tell you something about the story, students, I would like to tell you something that pets at times become an inseparable part of our life. They establish a bond of friendship. The chapter, The Bond of Love, explains the same. Now, coming to the story, the author found the black bear in the fields near Mysore. The mother bear was shot dead. Her cub had been riding on her back at that time. The author captured him, put him in a gunny bag, and returned to Bangalore. He presented the cub to his wife. She was delighted because she was an animal lover. She named the male cub Bruno. Bruno started eating vegetables, fruits, nuts, meat, and ice cream. It even drank of tea, cold drinks, and liquor. All these items you can see in the picture, which were favorite of Bruno. Now, in this story, there are two incidents which took place with Bruno. In first incident, one day it ate some of the poison that was brought to kill rats. Bruno had an attack of paralysis. The author's wife took him at once to a veterinary surgeon who gave him injections, and in an hour or so Bruno was all right. In the second incident, Bruno drank off nearly 1 gallon of used engine oil. It was in fact meant for killing white ants. But this time oil had no ill effect on Bruno. So these are the two incidents which took place with Bruno, and he had a narrow escape. Now some of amusing tricks being played by Baba. Bruno grew bigger and taller. It started amusing everybody with its tricks. When it was asked to wrestle, it obeyed. It held its stick as if it were a gun. It also carried a piece of wood and rocked it in his arms as if it were a baby. Now Baba was a grown-up beast, and it had to be kept chained most of the time for the safety of children. In this picture, you can see some of the tricks being played by Baba to amuse others. Now Baba was taken to Mysore. The narrator and his son suggested to send it to the Mysore Zoo. The curator of the zoo agreed to take the bear in its collection. The wife consented most unwillingly. Baba was put in a cage and transported 87 miles away to Mysore Zoo. Everyone in the house missed Baba. Author's wife visits Baba in the zoo. The author's wife in particular was most upset. She wrote a letter to the zoo curator to inquire about Baba. She got the reply that Baba was restless and it refused food. She insisted on going to the zoo to see Baba. Baba recognized her and howled with happiness when everybody told narrator's wife that Baba was not going to recognize her anymore. Now Baba came back home. The narrator's wife wanted to take her Baba back home. The curator asked them to seek permission from the zoo superintendent. The consent was taken and Baba was brought home. An island was made for Baba in the compound. The wife spent hours with Baba. At last, they both were very happy. Now, the message that we get from the story is the story is convincing enough to prove that even a bear has affection and memory. And if you love the animals, they also understand the language of love and reciprocate in the same manner. Love is mutual. Thank you and have a nice day. I hope all of you enjoyed listening this story.